All right. So you want to be successful on Instagram. You want to make you some money. You want to be able to, you know what I'm saying, flex on your friends. You got thousands and millions of views and followers and stuff. And like how I said, you want to make some money online, not having to, and I'm saying work for somebody else. If that's you, then this is the video for you. Stay tuned because this is shit that I've done, okay? I'm gonna tell you guys just a little bit about me, then I'm gonna go deep into like what I'm gonna be teaching y'all. All right. So first of all, I've been doing this Instagram online stuff since I was like 14 years old, and I've grown a lot. Okay, and over that time, I've also learned a shit ton. Okay, now I can't really exactly tell you how much money I've made over the time, but I would say this. Okay, if you're working a regular job right now, right? When I was 15, I made probably about I would, I'm not gonna say as much, but I would say close to half as much as you make at your 9 to 5 job online at 15. Okay. Now, one thing I do gotta say is that does fluctuates, but yeah, that's how like serious the money is when it comes to making money online. But like how I said, things fluctuate and it's not always pretty, and then we're gonna kind of get into that in this video too. But that's all a part of the journey, because you're gonna figure out how to fix all that as well. All right. So first of all, how do you be successful on Instagram? All right. So I kind of had this in my Manio code book, but you have to understand that like when you're trying to be successful in anything, like especially if you're trying to be like a public figure or like somebody that's inspirational, you have to understand that like you yourself is like you're like a brand. You understand what I mean? So the number one thing is you have to figure out who you are going to be to yourself and also to other people, and you have to be for real about that. All right. So like for an example, like I knew that I was gonna be Canine Gains, right? So what is Canine Gains? So Canine Gains is a bodybuilder, but also any other thing that I decide to do, because Canine Gains is me and I'm Canine Gains. Okay, so branding yourself is the number one thing you have to do, because trust me, that's gonna lead over into everything else. That's gonna lead over to TikTok, YouTube, whatever you want to do. Also, like when you start creating your own merch, you create your own businesses, like you're gonna have to brand yourself. Okay, so it's better that you want to start that now. All right, so that's number one, is you have to brand yourself. Next, you have to learn how to network. Okay, I seen this dumbass video to where a guy said that you don't need a network. Well, that's probably if like you're trying to be like an astronaut or like something like that. But the crazy thing is like, even if you're trying to do that, you probably still got to network, because you got to know the right people to talk to get into the certain schools, some stuff like that. So networking is super important, and learn it. Okay, there's so many books on like how to network, but also just watching other people and like how we move is a good way to learn on like how to network. All right, or like if y'all ever seen like the popular kids in like school, like I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty popular. I mean, y'all probably know because y'all was following me online, but I was pretty well known in school, but that's because I knew how to network. Okay, but also on top of that, and this gets into the next thing, is you have to learn how to influence too. Okay, so when it comes to influencing, right, you have to understand that you might not be able to influence everybody, but you're going to be able to influence that one person. And then once you learn how to influence that one person, all you're doing is rinsing and repeating and making it on like a broader scale. So for an example, right? If you ever went to school, right, and then like here's something that I am dated, right? I went to school, and like nobody at my school really was into bodybuilding. I'm gonna just be real. Like I live in Texas, and not many people were into bodybuilding, but I was a bodybuilder, so I lift weights. Like how this is what I am doing. I had a friend who, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't really too much into lifting weights, but as he saw that I was doing it, like I realized the influence that it gave him. And then now I studied this. I'm like, because I went through that same phase to where you be like people's copying me. Blah, blah. No, you just having a positive influence on like others. And then so once you learn like what that whole thing is, and that's a gateway into spirituality within itself. But I'm not gonna go there on this video. But once you understand like what that influence is, you can go on and replicate that on a mass scale, okay? So instead of like, imagine that you're talking to your friend, you're talking to the camera. And the cool thing about this camera is this camera is gonna broadcast you to millions and millions of people, okay? So, so far I got branding, influence, and networking, right? So the next thing is what you're doing already is just learning. Like, just try to learn like anything that you can, because everybody's gonna have their own little tips and tricks. And then trust me, you can probably learn a little something from everybody. Now, some people may be saying the same thing, and some people may say stuff that's not gonna help you. But trust me, like this video, I'm sure you learned something that's gonna add just a piece of that puzzle. All right, because I know a lot of people, the first thing that they try to tell you like to grow in these things is like, you gotta like for like and follow for follow. Like, that comes way after, dude. Like, trust me, that like for like, follow for follow stuff, even working with like certain marketing companies, because I have a marketing company too. Like, and I even tell my clients, like before we even get to any of the marketing stuff, we have to get your foundation right. So you have to get your branding right, name right, and stuff like that. So this stuff that I just told you guys is important. And to be honest, this is probably what 99% of people are missing that wants to be successful. And people who are successful, 100%. Actually, I can't think of one person who does not have this foundation right. Okay, that's number one. All right. Now, is it possible? Of course, anything is possible. So I'm not gonna tell you that it's not possible to be successful without getting this done. But if you want a clear, easy route, I'm telling you, guys, get this done, okay? Brand yourself, network, and learn how to influence. That's number one, okay? Now, number two, well, that's not number one or number two, but like the second half, okay? Making money, how you actually make money online, okay? So this is more of the difficult part, okay? Because I'm gonna just tell you guys this. When you're making money online, you may see like your bank account do something like this, okay? And there's a lot of different variables and reasons why, and I am gonna go deep on this one because this is important. But so the first reason to why you may see your sales and like stuff go like this is just simply because like only so many people can buy what you're selling before more people have to come in and buy it. You understand what I mean? So like for an example, if you have 30,000 followers, right? Over the course of 2 years, you may sell, let's just say 30,000 workout plans, right? But you can't really keep on selling more of the same thing to the same person. You understand what I mean? So that's why you start to see this action happens, because you done sold everything that you can to like everybody that you can, and then so it kind of goes like on this, and then you may get like more followers, and so more stuff that you can sell people to. So you may see this action, right? But what most likely happens is this little thing here. Now there's ways to help that, and then why we come up with so many different things to kind of sell is because there's two different types of things to sell online. Well, there's a lot of different things, but two main things. Okay, one of them is called a reoccurring service, and one of them is just called a normal digital product, okay? Our goal, and then why a lot of trainers offer online training is because our goal is to get you on a reoccurring service, okay? So that way, you don't keep seeing your money go like this. Instead, you see it go like this, okay? Now, that can be done with things even outside of personal training, but it's important, though, that when you're making people spend their money, that you're actually giving them the value. So before I go any further, when you're charging people for this stuff that you're going to be charging people for, make sure that you're providing the value, okay? Because anybody that buys my personal training or gets a part of my marketing business and stuff like that, they know I bring the value, if not more. Like my personal training, like for my in-person one-on-one, I charge $1,500 a month for that. But even that price is still considered low for the amount of value that I give, okay? So that's kind of the mindset that you want to have. And then the reason why is because you compensating for these people are going to want to make them stay with you longer and longer and longer, okay? So just tie all that to them together, all right? And then so selling products online is definitely going to be one of the main ways that you're going to make money. And especially if you don't have a big following, you definitely need to focus on selling products online, okay? Another thing that you can do is, once you do start getting your following bigger, start focusing on like the ad revenue and like monetization, okay? Because like things like well, specifically we're talking about like Instagram here. On Instagram, you can monetize like your reels and like your posts once you hit a certain threshold. All right, so that is also something you want to work for. Now, if your goal is to be if your goal is to do this on like this online stuff, then don't be afraid to like do what you have to do to gain these followers, but just make sure that you don't do anything that's outside of like your morals, right? But don't be afraid to like make a funny video or like something goofy so you can bring in more views, because that's how you get paid, okay? Like, I'm naturally goofy in real life, but yes, I do act extra goofy in like certain memes because it's funny, and then it's gonna get extra views, right? And that's how you get paid. Now, I always say to do something that's within your morals. Like me, I like being funny, but if being funny isn't your own thing, then whatever your thing is, do it. But make sure you you try to spice it up, right? So people can and then they'll kind of bring in like a lot more views, okay? And this is okay. So I don't want to give y'all too much, because I do want you guys to check out my Canine Elites marketing Instagram, because I am offering my marketing services and full coaching on that as well. So I'm not going to give y'all too much info, but I do want to end off with this last tip, okay? Because I know this is going to help somebody out there. Stop listening to what the fuck other people has to say, okay? Like people from your school, friends, family. No, stop giving a fuck what people have to say, okay? If they're not if they're not making money, or if they're not doing what I'm doing, or what like people who are already in the shoes that you want to be are doing, stop listening to them, all right? Listen to your intuition, follow the vision that you know that you have, and stop going backwards, okay? And what I mean by going backwards is you ready to make a video, and then you start thinking, oh, is people gonna laugh at me? Oh, is this gonna be like, no, stop thinking that. I'm telling you guys, there's so many superstars out here that has not gotten nowhere because of that thought right there, okay? Stop giving a fuck what other people think, and I'm serious about that. I'm serious. And I mean anybody, your best friend, stop giving a fuck what anybody thinks, okay? And even your past self. Like, if your past self probably wouldn't have done this, stop giving a fuck about your past self, because your past self also wasn't where you want to be in the future, all right? Like how me, like, my past self, right? My past self definitely wasn't sponsored, right? My past self definitely didn't have sponsors. I definitely wasn't making music videos. I definitely didn't have trophies. Definitely wasn't making money online, right? So if I would have listened to my old self, like, nah, man, don't even post them workout videos online. Just you're gonna look goofy, blah blah blah, right? I wouldn't even get here to where I'm at, okay? So this is what I'm telling you, guys. You have to cut out the noise, okay? Stop giving a fuck what other people think. All right, I'm out.